Well, hello there fellas, and welcome back to How to Android Soundboard. So today we want to write the functions to share a sound or to set a sound as ringtone, notification or the like. But before we're starting, let's have a little talk about the sharing of a sound. So we have to write two functions to share a sound. One for all the devices from about Android 4.2 to 5.0 and the other one for all Android versions from 5.1 up. And that's because since Android 5.1 the old file URI is kind of deprecated and you will face some errors when you're trying to share something through a file URI. So for all versions from 5.1 up, we have to use a so-called content URI of a file provider to prevent errors. So let's go on and get this file provider into our app. So first of all, we're going into our app manifest and into this application bracket. There we want to define a new provider that needs authorities and a name. So the authorities will get through our application ID, what is our package name. We're using this to get it. So $sign application ID dot file provider. So this will be our authorities. Then the name is super important. You have to write Android support v4.content file provider in there, otherwise it won't really work. Then we want to give it a parameter that's called exported, and we don't want to export our provider, so we're just setting that to false. And we want to grant URI permissions to the app where we send in files. So grant the URI permissions true. So in this provider we want to define some metadata that will provide the file provider with the path where we're saving our data that we want to send. So first of all we have to name it android.support.file_provider provider_paths, and we have to give it a resource. So our resource will be an XML file called file paths, and we have to create that as well. So go into your resource folder, right click resource folder, new Android resource directory, and then select the resource type XML, click OK. Now we have our new directory here, and we want to create a new file, and we'll call filepaths.xml. And this file will have paths in it, so open a paths bracket, and now we have to define the path where we've saved our data. So our path is an external path. Then we're giving it a name. Here you can decide which name you want to give it. I'm just naming it Soundboard. And we have to define the path. And the path is in the external directory in the directory my Soundboard. And be sure to add this slash to it to, well, grant permissions to, well, read URIs or like in the my Soundboard directory and in each, well, subdirectory if we want one. So that's it for the file paths XML. Just save it, and now the Android manifest is ready too. So we're ready to go into our event handler class, and there we want to go into this if clause and check again which item or which menu item was clicked. So first of all, we want to well, write the share method, so that will be action send. Now we have to check for the device's Android version, and we're doing that exactly like we've done it with the permissions. So if build.version.skint is bigger or equal to build.versioncodes.lollipopmr1. Let's just write an else statement here for the next method too. And now we have to first set the authority or get the authority string. So that will be final string authority, and that equals to our package name. We're getting that over the context from the view get package name, and we're adding this dot file provider to it. That's it for the authority string. Now we can create our content URI. So we need an URI, and that will be named content URI file provider. So we can get it from our file provider and get URI for file, giving it in context from the view, then the authority string, and the file we want to send. Okay, now it has the URI. We can create an intent to share this file. So final intent, sorry, with a capital I. So intent share intent equals to new intent, and this one is of type intent.actionSend. Now we put an extra to this intent.putExtra. The first one we want to set it dot extra stream, so it streams the URI or the files from the URI, content URI, and we have to define the type or set the type. So share intent set type, and well, we're just sending an audio file, or rather an MP3 file. And then we just want to start a new activity, and well, we're creating an app chooser, intent.createChooser, giving it the intent, well, that's share intent, and a text or title for the app chooser. So that will be share sound via ... So well, that's it for the share methods for every Android version from 5.1 up. And now for the older versions, We will just create a final intent again. Well, we can just copy and paste this, and then we will have to just change the URI. So a new URI, I will name it file URI equals to URI parse file.getAbsolutePath. And then we just replace that. And well, I think that's it for the share method. So before we test that, and I will test that on my own device, as I said before, we want to write the function to set a ringtone or a notification or the like. So for that one we need another if statement on the menu item dot get item ID, and if that equals to r.id.action ringtone, we want to create an alert dialog to give the user the opportunity to, well, choose between 3 types we will define. So first of all, we need an alert dialog builder, naming it builder. That equals to a new alert dialog builder, and this one needs a context, again that from the view, and for style or design reasons we use alert dialog dot theme holo light. It's kind of deprecated, but it will work. And well, then giving it a title, set title, save as ... and also we want to set some items. Builder set items, and we will use a char sequence array. Now we will fill with ringtone, notification, and alarm. And then next thing is we need a dialog interface on-click listener. Well, and after that just a semicolon. Well, we're getting to this in a minute. First, I want to create the alert dialog and semicolon, and show it. So it will be displayed, right? And well, then we want a switch statement on, well, the int here. I'm naming it which. So, and case 0, that's the ringtone. So then just paste that as the common, well, brackets for an item, and well, and we want to, well, reference a function here that we will write right now. So, well, we have to be outside of the pop-up manager, and we're writing a new private static void change system audio. I will name it like that. This one needs a view, a string for the file name, then the file, and an integer will be the action that we'll get from here, from the switch case. And well, just open it. And now we have to declare some content values. We will fill them with all the important data we need for our sound to become, well, a system audio. So just name it values. Let's call it, equals to new content values. And then we'll want to fill them, or fill the content value, by putting in the media store dot media columns dot data. Want to put the file path in there. After that, we want to, well, set a title for the media file. Media store, media columns, and well, will copy that and then just paste it in when I need it. Oops. So, title, it will be the file name, and then we need a MIME type that will define the type of media we want to, well, set as ringtone or the like. So again, the media columns and MIME type, and that will be audio /store. And then we want to use a switch statement on action. And we will have those three cases again, but this time with 1, 2, 3. And for the first case, for the ringtone, I want to put the media store audio media is ringtone. That will be true, so that defines that this will be used as a ringtone file, and we can copy and paste that 2 times. And I don't think you really have to do that, but I'm just doing it just to be safe, that it really doesn't get saved as a notification or the like. So this notification will be false, and this also will be false, and that's is alarm. And then can just copy and paste that again for the other cases. So in case 2, it's a notification. Just changing the values here. And in case 3, it's an alarm. After that, I also want to, well, be sure that it is not saved as music. So again, media store dot audio dot media dot is music is false. And now we have to modify the file path a little bit, because otherwise it can happen that it doesn't really, well, it doesn't get the right path. So we need an URI. That will be media store dot audio dot media dot get content URI for path, and file dot get absolute path. and we want to delete the data we set here, or just replace it. So doing that over the context and a content resolver, then just delete URI media store dot media columns dot data, where it is equals to slash or backslash, then another exclamation mark plus file dot get absolute path plus backslash, and the last argument is null. And then just another URI that will be named final URI equals to view get context dot get content resolver dot insert URI dot values. And after that we want to actually set the ringtone or the like, and we're doing that by using another switch statement on action, and again case 1 break, and just copy and paste that. And we need the ringtone manager, set actual default ringtone URI. This needs a context and type will be set. For the first case it will be a ringtone, and now the final URI, and just copy and paste that for the next two cases, and then just set another type for case 2 notification, and for case 3 an alarm. So, well, that's it for this function. Well, I forgot to set that in a try block. Well, then just give me a second, and now it should work fine. So, well, let's go on and test the new app. So first I want to run it on a virtual device to test the ringtone or the alarm. So now we're here in our test app, and we will now test if we can set a sound as an alarm. And I recommend to you that you test the ringtone or the notification on your own device, because it's a lot easier than testing it on the virtual device. So allow the app to save things on your device, and also we have to grant the settings permission. Then danger zone, save as, alarm, and then it should appear in this list, which it doesn't do. Well, good job. I forgot to actually reference this method in here. Well, that was kind of dumb, so let's do that. So, change system audio, then handing over the view, the file name, the file, and the action. You can just copy and paste that, 1, 2, and change the action integer and rerun that. And now it should work. Set as alarm. Go in there. And here it is, dangerzone.mp3. And it worked fine. Well, and well, let's go on and test if we can, well, share a sound via WhatsApp. And I'm using my own device for that, so give me a second. So there we are in our app on my own device. So I want to send danger zone, share. Now I will choose a group of my WhatsApp, one of my WhatsApp groups. And yeah, share it and test it. Well, works fine. So that's it for this video. Leave a like or comment down below if I helped you, or if you need some help. I'm happy to help at any kind of topic that's on this app. And well, hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.